3 months after New Bususan's liberation, the colony looked entirely transformed. Where shattered buildings had once stood, sleek new towers of Earth's advanced materials now stretched skyward. Roads that alien bombardments had torn apart were smooth and wide again, alive with the sounds of renewal. Dr. Mina Park stood in her modern laboratory, watching Earth engineers install communication systems more advanced than anything the colony had ever known. Her makeshift radio rig was gone, replaced by a quantum array capable of contacting Earth instantly. Dr. Park called over her new aide, engineering specialist Kim Jun-woo, who had arrived with the Earth fleet. "The array is ready for testing." "Excellent," she replied, still stunned by the pace of progress. "Open a link to Earth Defense Command." The holographic interface appeared at once, projecting Admiral Ryu Tai-min in his office on Earth. The image was so lifelike it seemed he was in the room. "Dr. Park," the Admiral greeted with a smile. "How are the systems performing?" "Perfectly, Admiral," she answered. "We can now speak with Earth as if across the same table. Thank you for this." "It's the least we could provide," Ryu Tai-min said. "New Bususan will never be isolated again." The medical complex had also been rebuilt. Officer Lee Yong-soo walked through the new wards with Dr. Oji-woo, both awed by the technology Earth had delivered. "Look at this," Oji-woo said, examining a scanner that could analyze a patient in seconds. "This one device surpasses our entire old hospital." "The children with fever are healthy now," Lee Yong-soo confirmed, checking records. "Earth's medicines cured them completely." "And we have enough supplies for years," Oji-woo added. "No one here will suffer from curable illness again." At the power plant, engineer Yoon Soo-jin trained locals on the new fusion reactor installed by Earth engineers. The advanced unit generated 10 times the power of the old generator and could run for decades with minimal upkeep. "This will provide clean, stable energy for the entire colony," she told her trainees. "And if anything ever goes wrong, Earth engineers can assist through the network." Technician Lee Jun-ak raised a hand. "What happened to the old plant?" "We kept it as backup," Yoon Soo-jin replied, "but also as a reminder of what we endured. That old generator kept people alive in the darkest days." The colony's defenses had been strengthened as well. Fleet Captain Nam Yun-hai remained at New Bususan to establish the Permanent Defense Group, an Earth fleet presence in the system. "We maintain 12 ships here at all times," she explained to Administrator Lee Hyun during their briefing, "plus orbital platforms that can spot intruders long before they reach orbit." "Will that be enough?" Lee Hyun asked. "More than enough," Nam Yun-hai replied firmly. "And more importantly, every hostile race nearby now knows, striking. A human colony means facing Earth's full military might." Security Chief Cho Jun was drilling alongside Earth Marines who had stayed to rebuild local forces. Colonel Bae Dong-jun had left a full company of Marines for training and support. "Preparation and coordination are key," said Sergeant Kim to Joe as he showed volunteers how to use their new rifles. "With these warning systems, you'll have hours to respond instead of minutes. And if trouble comes," added Sergeant First Class Yoo Ji-hoon, "Earth's forces can be here in days, not months." In the new administration hall, Director Kang Brahm was meeting with the Earth Colonial Development Office, dispatched to guide New Bususan's growth into a true settlement. "We plan to expand capacity to 200,000 residents," explained Coordinator Park Sung-ho. "This colony is positioned to become a hub for the whole sector." 200,000? Kang Bram was stunned. "We began with 50,000 and barely survived." "With Earth's support and this infrastructure, you can sustain far more," Park Sung-ho assured him. "In fact, families are already volunteering to relocate here from Earth." From Earth, Supply Manager Han Yuri supervised the steady arrival of cargo ships. The shortages that had tormented the colony for years were now only a memory. We receive a convoy every 2 weeks, she reported to the council. Food, medicine, equipment, whatever is needed. Earth has promised New Bususan will never lack essentials again. Communications Officer Yong So-young, now promoted to director of the Planetary Comm Center, no longer strained to reach Earth. Instead, she managed non-stop connections with dozens of Earth facilities. We process more than 1,000 transmissions daily, she told her staff. Personal messages to families, business exchanges, government updates, scientific data. New Bususan is fully tied back into human civilization. The memorial wall had been moved to a place of honor in the central plaza. The engraved names of those lost defending the colony were etched into black stone, surrounded by gardens and fountains. A new section also honored Earth soldiers who had died in the liberation. Pilot Shin Woo-hyun, survivor of his desperate escape flight, stood before it with his family. His wife, Park Soo-jin, and their 2 children had come on one of the first civilian transports. "Daddy," asked his 6-year-old daughter Lee Hyo-jin, "why are there so many names?" He knelt beside her. "These are the names of brave people," he said softly. "They fought to protect us, and some gave their lives. We remember them so freedom is never forgotten." The colony's children, once raised in fear and doubt, now attended modern schools with Earth instructors. They learned not just about New Bususan, but about the wider human civilization they belonged to. Teacher Moon Ha-yang was giving a history lesson when a boy raised his hand. "Mrs. Moon," said 10-year-old Kim Do-jin, "my dad said Earth sent hundreds of ships to save us. Is that really true?" "Yes, it is," she replied warmly. Earth sent its entire first expeditionary fleet, 300 ships and 20,000 people, to rescue New Bususan. Another child asked, "Why would they do all that just for us?" "Because," Moon Ha-yang said, "that is what families do for each other. And all humans are part of one great family." In his office, Administrator Lee Hyun reviewed reports on reconstruction when Admiral Ryutai Min called for their weekly briefing. "Administrator," the Admiral began, "we have news you may find important. We captured several Vorak survivors from other engagements. Under questioning, they revealed New Bususan was intended as the first step in a wider offensive against human colonies." "And that offensive?" Lee Hyun asked grimly. "Cancelled," Rao answered with satisfaction. "The annihilation of their New Bususan strike force convinced Vorak High Command that humans are far too dangerous. They have withdrawn entirely from this sector." "You are safer than you realize," the Admiral assured. "New Bususan has become a symbol across this sector. Every species now understands that Earth defends its colonies with overwhelming might. Several alien governments are already seeking diplomatic ties with humanity." Meanwhile, Intelligence Officer Moon Young had been studying the seized Vorak data when he uncovered something critical. He immediately contacted Lee Hyun. "Administrator, I found something troubling in their records," he reported. "The Vorak kept detailed files on dozens of human colonies. They intended to strike them all in sequence." "That is alarming," Lee Hyun responded. "On the contrary, it is valuable," Moon Young explained. "We now know exactly which colonies were vulnerable, and Earth is already dispatching defense fleets. The Vorak strategy has completely collapsed. Chief Engineer Lim Ok-jin had stayed behind at New Bususan to oversee new orbital manufacturing facilities. The colony was evolving from a mining site into a true industrial hub. "We are now producing advanced components for Earth's fleet," he told the local council. "New Bususan is helping push humanity deeper into this region." "How many jobs will this create?" asked Economic Officer Kim Min-jae. "Thousands," Lim Ok-jin answered. "Skilled technical work that will draw the best minds from across human space." Dr. Park Mina, collaborating with Earth scientists, was examining Vorak technology salvaged from the battle. Their studies were yielding innovations for all human colonies. Their shield systems are surprisingly simple once you understand the core principle, she explained to her team. We can adapt this to defend both ships and installations. Will this be shared with other colonies? Asked Assistant Ko Yan-hee. Of course, Park Mina said firmly. Human progress thrives on shared knowledge. Then, hyperspace portals unfolded like blossoms of light at the edge of the new Bususan system. Earth's warships emerged one after another from swirling energy corridors. First came sleek scout ships, next the heavily armed cruisers, and at last the colossal battleships, led by the flagship UE Seoul's Pride. Admiral Ryu Tai-min stood on his bridge, watching the tactical grid as his vast armada took position. 300 ships, the greatest force Earth had ever sent on a single mission. Fleet deployment complete, reported Navigator Kim Do-hee. All vessels in attack. Formation. Sensor sweep, the Admiral ordered. Sir, called Sensor Officer Park. 50 alien warships detected in orbit. They appear to be bombarding the planet. Ryu Tai-min's expression hardened. After months of travel, they had arrived, in the midst of the final assault. Any human survivors? Scanning now, sir, Parkman J. replied. After a tense pause, he looked up in relief. Yes, Admiral. Biosigns detected in underground shelters. The colony still lives. Fleet Captain Tombit, the Admiral turned to his second. Ready for immediate strike. I want those alien vessels destroyed before they can harm another civilian. Fleet Captain Nam Yun-hai gave a grim nod. All fighter squadrons, launch now. Target the ships bombarding the colony. Heavy units, charge main batteries for long-range fire. On the Vorak flagship, Commander Veltar was overseeing. His troops advanced when his tactical officer shouted an alert. Commander, multiple hyperspace signatures at the system edge. Reinforcements? More Vorak ships? Veltar asked without glancing away. No, sir. These signatures don't match ours. Veltar snapped to the main display and froze. The Earth fleet had just completed its formation. His eyes widened. How many? Over 300 vessels, Commander. All unknown designs. For the first time in years, Veltar felt true fear. The humans were supposed to be primitive, isolated, weak. Where had this colossal armada come from? All ships, disengage from planetary strike, he barked. Form a defensive line. Prepare. For battle. But it was already too late. The human fleet was advancing. Commander Songen coordinated the AI combat systems, her computers dissecting the enemy's design in seconds. Tactical analysis complete, she announced. Vorak vessels show strong shielding but fragile armor. Recommend concentrated fusion. Strikes. Understood, Admiral Ryu replied. All ships, target the enemy fleet. Fire at will. The void above New Busan erupted in light. Fusion cannons tore through space, hammering the Vorak vessels before they could regroup. The aliens had prepared for frightened colonists, not a disciplined, modern military force. Chief Engineer Lim Seok-jin monitored the barrage from his station. Main batteries at maximum output. Reactors stable. We can maintain this rate indefinitely. One alien warship burst apart in flames as its shields failed. Then another. Soon, entire formations were breaking as ships scrambled to flee. Enemy vessels attempting retreat, reported Sensor Operator Parkman J. Do not allow it, Admiral Ryu ordered coldly. Every ship that attacked our people is to be destroyed. No survivors. Meanwhile, Colonel Bae Dong-jun was preparing his Marines for planetary assault when the battle began in orbit. From his transport's viewport, he could see the heavens burning with ship-to-ship combat. Marines! He roared. Our people are trapped below. We're going to bring them out. Check gear. Deployment is imminent. Sergeant First Class. Yuji Hyun locked a charge into his plasma rifle as the ship shuddered from nearby fire. Sir, what's the situation on the ground? Unknown, Bae Dong-jun growled. But we land fighting. And we don't leave until every civilian is safe. The marine assault craft broke away, diving toward New Bususan's battered surface, while the fleet above continued its relentless assault. In the bunkers below, colonists huddled as the sky thundered. Yet now the sounds were different. Alien. Fire interlaced with the thunder of human weapons. Administrator Lee Hyun was in the command bunker when Communications Officer Jong So-yong suddenly shouted, "Sir, incoming signals, Earth military codes." "What?" Lee rushed to her console. "Listen." Jong adjusted the controls. A powerful voice filled the bunker, speaking in crisp Korean. "New Bususan Colony, this is Admiral Ryu Tai-min of Earth's 1st Expeditionary Fleet. We are here. Hold positions and prepare for immediate evacuation." The underground shelter erupted in tears and cheers. After years of silence, Earth had finally answered. "Can we respond?" Lee Hyun asked. "Yes, sir," Jong said, hands trembling with joy. "This is New Bususan Colony, responding to Earth Fleet. We are alive. We are still here." Above them, the battle turned decisively. Vorak ships fell one after another, unable to match the human onslaught. On his flagship, Veltar gripped the railing as his fleet collapsed. "Commander!" his tactical officer cried. "We've lost 30 vessels. The rest are sustaining heavy damage." "Impossible!" Veltar snarled. "These humans, primitive savages, how do they wield such power? Orders, sir." But on the tactical display, it was clear. His fleet was being dismantled piece by piece by an enemy he had never taken seriously.